Alright, it is time to build the next Lego set, which is the Triceratops skull. Let me angle the camera up a little bit better. There we go. The Triceratops. Dinosaur fossil Triceratops skull. I'm actually really looking forward to this one. Mostly because we already have a Triceratops skull. I forget where I put it. I don't know where it is. I forget where I put it. I should try and go and find it. Here it is. Old Triceratops skull from the Lockwood Manor Lego set. I was using it for storage. I had a ring and a soda, whatever this is that comes off of a soda can on it. But it's time to build the much larger Triceratops skull. So once again, gotta get a brick separator because they no longer close these boxes using tape for some reason. There we go. Did I cut myself again? I did. I did. Lego boxes are dangerous. They are very dangerous. There's the back of the box, if anybody cares. Move it back a little bit so you can actually see it. Alright. Now I gotta open it. That was everything. Alright. I'll set that there. It looks like we have a max of 5 bags. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We have a singular sticker for the plaque, and of course the instruction booklet. And I remember the instruction booklet for the T-Rex. Yeah, the T-Rex skull showed some pictures of the Triceratops, and over there as well. And I believe there's also some interesting stuff at the end of the instruction manual too. At least for the T-Rex there was, but not for the Triceratops. Only the interesting stuff at the beginning. So yeah, there's your look at the instruction booklet, the entire front page of it. Okay, now I'm gonna get to building, so I will see you in just a second. Here it is. This is a few hours later. It did not take me that long. I've had this built for the past, give or take, 5 hours maybe. This was actually really interesting to build because on the box the horns look a lot further apart than what they actually are, and you can see that whenever you get a forward view on this. The horns I feel like are a little bit too close together. I feel like they definitely should be out and maybe pointed a little bit more forward instead of them being almost completely straight up. But with the limitations that Lego has, I can understand why it's like this. But I like this one a lot better than the T-Rex skull, mostly because the T-Rex skull you cannot remove. As for this, if you just pick up on it, it comes completely off of the stand, so you can display it in another way if you don't want the stand. And that's all thanks to this little hole here, which you can't really see it, but it's there. And it also has this ball joint on the back, which makes me think that maybe you are able to attach it to something else in another way. But for now, I'm going to keep it on the stand. There we go. And we did get a minifigure with this set, which it was not this minifigure. It was I can't find them. Here they are. This was the minifigure we got in that set. There is an alternate face on it, which is supposed to stand there on that platform, but considering what I have going on for my display, I switched out with the Maisie minifigure because I think that just works better. The display chart, or yeah, I guess the display thing here, it has a small Triceratops skull and what I assume are either the legs or possibly vertebrates of a Triceratops, I guess. I don't understand it really. I am gonna, when it comes to this stand, I'm gonna completely disassemble all of this and rebuild it on the opposite side, on this side, so it works with my shelf. I'll give you a look at the plaque there. It'll focus. There we go. Sorry that it's so shaky. I don't have steady hands, especially not for this. Of course, you get another piece of amber, which is always nice. And I really enjoyed building this because unlike the T-Rex skull, this doesn't have as many pieces. It has one big main piece for the frill. Each of the horns has its own piece. And if you just take off this one little piece here, if I can get it, this was not the piece I was trying to remove. I was trying to remove this piece here. So pop that one off. We'll put this back on. You take off that piece, the entire front of the skull comes off. And then you can also just, well, if you can get these pieces off, you can take off the whole bottom jaw. But yeah, it's really simple. It's just a few big pieces all connected together with some Technic pins and Technic axles. So as hard as this thing might look to build, it's actually pretty simple. I finished it in just under an hour, which was already kind of surprising for me. I thought it'd take maybe hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, but no, it went together fairly quickly, and I'm actually surprised with how quickly I was able to set it up. Now, I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to pick this up. Oh, right, it's not connected to the stand. My bad, I've forgotten. There we go. Now I gotta pick it up by the base without dropping it. Alright, there we go. Move it up over here. So, I have the little Edie from last episode. I have the T-Rex skull, and the Triceratops skull is gonna go here, but I want it to be facing this way, so that's why I have to completely redo that. So, let me quickly rebuild that, and then I will show you the finished product. So there it is, completely on the stand. The only problem is if I tried to turn it more this way to match the T-Rex, this is not actually on the stand. So it's going to have to stay like that, which, I mean, I could always just, yeah, I'm probably going to keep this one like that. And I don't know. The modification is just this being moved, switched over, and built backwards. I might mess around with it, see if I can find any way to make it look a little bit better, but for now, that's what it's gonna look like.